What's good, Forever Gang? It's your girl Fayy, and I'm back with another video. As you guys can see from the title, it's gonna be about a story time of when I lost one of my brothers to cancer. But before we get into this video, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. With that being said, let's get into the video. On March 24th, 2015, that's when literally my heart broke. My heart literally broke. That's when I lost one of my brothers to cancer. I was barely a sophomore in high school, and the thing about it is I heard the news while I was in school. That was harsh. It was horrible, and like, I don't know, it was just, I didn't expect that. The week that he died, I remember before he died, we had a conversation about, school, and stuff. Like, he was just like, he was telling me and the rest of my siblings, like, oh, nothing's wrong with me, you guys go to school, just be about your life. I'm fine, I'll get better, I'm gonna beat cancer and this and that. But knowing, we didn't know that week was actually his last week. But he actually told us that to have us not stress out and to have us not be worried and stuff, because he always wanted us to do really good in school. He was always there for all of us, cheering us and everything. But let me get into the school part. When I heard the news while I was in school, I actually heard the news when I was in my last class. I believe my last class, yeah. I think I heard it on my way back from lunch. I think going to my last class, or either in my last class, but either way, that's when I heard it. And my mom actually called me while I was in class or in coming back from lunch. I don't even know. Like, I don't even know. But yeah, my mom called me and stuff. At first, I just thought like, it was just, like, it was just, she probably did it by accident or something. But then she kept calling me and 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 everything. And then that's when I finally decided to go to the restroom, and I called her back. I had 15 voicemail from my mom. I had 25 missed calls from my mom. I had missed calls from back-to-back, voicemail from back-to-back from my siblings, my dad, the rest of the family and stuff. So that's when I called my mom back and everything. And then she told me to not, to not get yourself, like, don't get shocked or none of that. She told me, your brother passed away, like, whatchamacallit. She said the time and everything. I'm not gonna get into the time or none of that. She said your brother passed away 10 minutes ago. And I was just there. I was shocked. I was like, no, it's not true. I'm not gonna believe nobody. Like, I'm not gonna believe y'all. I'm not gonna believe nobody. My brother, what? I was just like, what? I just seen my brother. I was just talking to him yesterday. He was just talking to me about, school and stuff. He was always, talking to all of us about school and everything. And I'm just like, no, I'm not believing that. So before I went home, actually, to the hospital and stuff, I had a couple friends, some of my friends, who was actually there for me. They were cheering me up. They were telling me to stay strong. It's gonna be alright and stuff. Even though we're not in contact right now, or even though we don't see each other every day, or we don't see each other at all, I still thank them from that day till now for cheering me up, for telling me to stay strong. Even though it was so hard for me at that time, I still thank them. I still got love for all of them. We all grown. I understand we all grown and everything, and we about our business right now. But yeah, they were there for me. They were cheering me up. I was crying and everything and all that. And then I didn't even wait until my last class to end. I had to rush to get to the hospital. Like, I took like what? I remember I took like 4 to 5 bus to get to the hospital. And that's when I seen it. That's when I seen my brother. And I was like, this is not possible. He didn't die. He can't die. Like, why would he die? Like, I kept on questioning God and everything. Normally when I used to talk about my brother, and when people used to ask me, oh, how did your brother pass away, this and that and that, normally I could have never even explained to them how he died, and because how he died, and you know, from what he died from, or you know, and stuff, I couldn't even explain it to people. Like, I was always breaking down. I was always crying. I realized, you know, if you cry almost every day, or if you cry every day, that's not gonna bring him back and stuff. So, but every year, it's been 5 years now. This year, March 24th, 2020, it made 5 years. So every year, when it gets to March 24th, I would always cry. I remember this one time, I think it was like in 2017, it was so close to my graduation. It was March 24th, 2017. If I'm breaking down, don't mind it. I get emotional sometimes. But like I was saying, it was March 24th, 2017. I had like 3 months to graduate. My God, this happens all the time. This actually happens every time I talk about my brother. But yeah, I had like 3 months of graduation, and it hit like 2 months, not 2 months, I mean 2 years of him being gone. And I know how much and how bad my brother wanted to see me graduate. But when it hit graduation time, or graduation day, my graduation year was really horrible for me, because I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all understand, like, if you lose a close relative, if you lose a close friend, or you know, close family, y'all can relate to this. My graduation was actually so horrible for me. It was really horrible, to the point where I didn't even want to walk the stage. I even did a speech about it. I wish I still had that video, but my mom has it. But I even did a speech about it and stuff, and I was just breaking down on the stage while I was doing my speech. And I was just talking about how it wasn't fair, how my brother couldn't even see me graduate high school, and he couldn't see me actually go to college, which he wanted me, which that was what he wanted for me and my siblings. I remember on my sophomore year, the year that he died, I wanted to drop out of high school so bad. I remember I missed, like, when I switched schools, my junior year, I missed a whole month of school. I missed a whole month of school my junior year, and a couple months later, after that month that I missed, I came back to school and stuff. When I came back to school, I missed a lot of work, of course, because I missed a whole month, because I was still mad and I was still broken about my brother's death, even though it was a year later. I came back, and I had to make up all the work that I missed. I had to stay after school programs to finish all the works that I missed. I was just Saturdays and Sundays, I was doing work. There was no sleep for me, no rest, and that, because I'm just like, you know what, I need to graduate. I gotta do this for my brother. I gotta graduate. Like, I have to graduate. And I'm not even gonna lie to you, most of my family actually doubted me and was just like, you know what, she gave up in school. Like, ever since her brother died, she gave up in school. Like, she's not gonna graduate, she's not gonna go to college, none of that. Mind you, I graduated high school in 2017, and I attended school for 2 years. I attended college for 2 years, and now I'm actually on my 3rd year. I'm doing online right now. I did 2 years of class, and I'm doing online 2 years. But like I was saying, a lot of people was telling me, oh, you know, you're not gonna graduate high school, you're not gonna attend college, you're not gonna at least graduate high school, this and that, and you know, all negativity was just on me, and I was just so mad. Most of the times I would always let it get to me, and most of the times I would, you know, ignore it. So I finally decided to ignore it, and I finally decided to go back to school. After that 1 month, I was home, not doing nothing, sleeping, crying in bed, you know, all that. Even though it was a whole year my brother's been gone, it was still stuck to my head. It was just, I was mad. I was so mad. I was like, why? Like, why him? Why around this time? And, you know, I was mad about it. But I'm glad I finally actually went back to school, and I finally got the chance to graduate, even though he didn't get to see it. At least my parents seen it, my siblings seen it, and you know, and stuff. And at least I made them proud, because they was out there telling me, you know, you gotta stay strong, you know, you gotta go to school, you gotta push yourself, stay strong. Your brother wanted you to graduate, your brother wanted you to go to school every day, pass all your classes and all that. And of course my brother was always telling me, you know what, you need to stay in school, do good in school, graduate, make sure you graduate, go to college, graduate from college, you know, and all that stuff. He was always telling me, you know, stuff like that. And I'm actually glad I actually took that advice back again and decided to go back to school, graduated high school, and decided, you know, to go to college. Because if it wasn't for my family and if it wasn't for some of my friends, I would have never been where I'm at right now. And y'all, if I get emotional, don't mind it. This happens. I remember before he also died, he was always talking about how he can't wait to see me get married, and how he can't wait to raise, you know, child of mine. Child's actually with the S of mine. And it, like how he couldn't actually wait to see me get married and stuff. Couldn't wait to see my kids and how he was gonna raise them, and how he couldn't wait to be an uncle to my kids. And now that I'm actually engaged, he didn't even experience to see me get engaged. He didn't get to see that chance. He didn't get to. He's not gonna get to see me get married next year. And when I have kids, he's not gonna be here to also, you know, see my kids, play with my kids and everything. Especially my wedding. It's gonna be so hard on my wedding day. It's gonna be so hard for me, because he always wanted to. He always wanted to see that moment. When it was in 2016, it was a year that he passed away, and that was one of my sister's wedding. I remember in 2015, that's when they announced my sister wedding date, and it was like, oh, her wedding is gonna be May 2016, and that's before they made that date before we all found out that he had cancer. So they were just like, oh, her wedding is gonna be May 2016 and stuff. And he was just there like, oh my god, I can't wait this, I can't wait that and stuff. He even said he was gonna be the security for my sister's wedding, y'all. He was like, I'll be the security, because I remember this one time I was little. It was way back in 2009. It was one of my sister's wedding. He wasn't even wearing a security clothes, but it's so funny. He wasn't wearing the security clothes. He was out there being a security, and that actually worked too. It was so funny that time. I still remember like it was yesterday. I was a flower girl and stuff, and he was, because normally when there's an African wedding, their kids don't listen. Like, when I mean they don't listen, they don't listen. Like, they don't listen. And at that time, my sister's wedding, the kids were scared of him, and he was just pushing them, like, you know what? He was pushing him, like, you know what? Go sit down. He was like this. He was like, move, go sit down, and stuff. He was just, he was just telling the kids, if you don't move, I'm gonna push you. He was just pushing grown people. Not kids, I mean grown people and stuff. He was pushing them, and they would just, the kids would listen, they would sit down. I remember in 2015, before he died, he said the same thing. He's gonna do the same thing for my other sister's wedding, which he couldn't even be there and to celebrate it with us. And on my wedding, he was also thinking the same thing, but he's not gonna actually be there and celebrate it with us, which is really, I don't even know, it's gonna be next year. My wedding, it's gonna be hard. I know I'm gonna have the best wedding, of course, because I have the best husband, but yeah, it's gonna be really hard. It's gonna be hard for me, knowing that my brother always wanted to see that moment. It's gonna be hard for me. I'm probably gonna be crying to death like I did at my graduation. I just hope everything goes well, everything goes planned. I know my brother wouldn't want to see me crying right now. I know he wouldn't want to see me crying around this time or any day, any time. He would want me to just, move forward with my life. But forgetting about him is actually hard. I try to, just not think about him most of the time. So I can't. Like, sometimes when I used to think about him most of the times, I would deadass just cry. I would just cry and just start crying and crying and crying. But now normally when I think about him, I don't cry like I used to. Just always put positivity in my mind and stuff. So, and just try to move forward with life, which I'm not, because I'm living a better life and stuff. And I know he wouldn't want me stressing. I know he wouldn't want me crying, depressed, and all that because of him. I know he wouldn't want that for me, but yeah, I know he wouldn't want that for me. I'm actually doing a good job of not actually crying a lot, to be honest, because normally way back I wasn't like this. Normally way back when people used to be like, oh, okay, say your story time of your brother, I would just cry. Like, it can't come out. Just be like, it can't, it's so hard, it just can't. Like, but one day I'm gonna do it on camera, and today is actually today that I'm doing a story time for you guys on camera, because I feel like I wanted to take it out of my chest. I wanted to let it out of my chest and tell you guys. I did a story time before, but that was on Facebook. I did it last year, but I wanted to do it on camera for you guys. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure you guys subscribe to our channel if you haven't enjoyed the Forever Game.